Welcome back to Just Off the Plate. It is episode 53. That is Armando. My name is Cody. We survived the thunderstorms. We are high and dry up here in the penthouse. Armando, how are you doing, sir?
Fantastic, man.
Today
it is.
Today it is. This morning was not. Today right now feels really good.
Fantastic, man. I wish we were playing tonight, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we're here tonight doing this, but if we didn't have it here, we'd rather be playing baseball.
We wish tonight's weather was last night.
Heck yeah, man. Now we could have started off opening. That was our opening day for us.
Could kicked off HHL 30 and up.
What's up,
At least
Bronte?
for our team.
Right?
I know some of the guys have already started.
Yeah, Texas Thunder, and a few other guys. Yeah. So, what's up, Dre? Dre, next time don't show your fucking photos of your personal life when there's tragedy going on, okay? What's up, David?
He's got to get the message out.
Oh man, it's fucking funny. I was like, what the hell's he doing? But yeah, I mean, you know, today ended up being a lot better than I think a lot of people expected. You know, the way the weather started this morning, man. I mean, there was talks of people not being able to go to work or what up. What's up, Bo?
Well, everybody was definitely delayed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure there was a shitload of traffic today.
No, I was out in it.
Were you?
Not that bad. Like I was saying before the show, up north, they were running for their lives. Not really us down here. There was so many tornadoes and whatnot, Austin area. It's crazy.
It's funny you say north. Like when I think of north, I'm thinking of Dallas.
Northwest. Okay.
It is. But hey, I'm not going to correct you because I'm not getting... Jimmy. Oh, dude, here comes two-time Jimmy. What's up, Isaiah? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sucks for them. I'm glad it kind of passed through us and went this way because, you know, for me, when there's a disaster like that, whether it's wind or flood, it's like I get anxiety. I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta work. Like, you know, it's like I wasn't even thinking about baseball or nothing. I was like, oh, I gotta fucking work today, tomorrow, whatever.
It's bad enough the weather's terrible outside, but then you gotta go be in it. Right?
Yeah, you gotta be in it, man. You gotta be in it and start assessing the damage or whatever has to go on, but it didn't work out that way. So
the perils of being a government employee.
Exactly. I do it for the people.
Yeah, I guess. You know, a privatized man like myself, I'm staying home watching TV. Maybe find a ball game.
You know what's funny is that what you did? You stayed in?
No, not today. So no.
I was tempted to work from home this morning. 'Cause, we're starting to go back to work, and I'm like, hey man, I got my Surface Pro and everything, my desk, my working desk. This is my working desk right here. I was gonna point to it.
It's where we do it all.
It's where we do it all, right? It's a multi-purpose desk, and I said, nah, man. I'm like, I'm only 5 minutes from work. I'm like, I'm the one that's gonna call off, and I'm 5 minutes from work. I could just imagine everybody shows up, and I'm the only one like at home, working from home, because to be safe.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
I don't want to be that guy. So I ended up going to work, ended up being good. So Jose goes, the storm was just off of Houston plate. I'll see myself out. Dun, dun, dun.
That's a good one. You probably won't top it.
Yeah, that's it, dude. The what do you call it? I guess it's open mic night, right? I guess on
actually keep them rolling. We want to see.
Yeah, we want to see kind of funny shit you go.
We know you can outdo yourself.
Right. Man, it was definitely I'm going to say the last few days been very interesting for baseball. Very interesting for baseball in Houston. A lot of controversy going on.
Yeah,
what's up, Anthony?
A lot of ins and outs. A lot of what have yous.
Yeah, I don't think anything important happened on primetime Saturday. I think the last game for HBA was like 3:00 or something. So
yeah.
I mean, it's like,
I don't recall.
I don't know what happened after that.
I will say this though. I don't know if you looked, but Saturday HBA, a lot of really close games.
Yeah.
Hardly any blowouts. I think maybe one. Everything else was actually like a game, a pretty competitive, close game. And
I think, I've always said before, I've always liked a more competitive game than I do a blowout, right? Like the for sure wins are just boring, man. I mean, you just really can't do much. But the close one, the nail biters, I mean, those are the ones where you get some respect, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see who's who, right? I mean, crunch time, like, like one base hit the wrong way or one little error this way or a walk or whatever. Just the game just changes, man. The game just changes.
You can take more pride in those wins.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad the weather held up. You know, the weather held up, and everybody was able to play. You know, Saturday and Sunday. Man, there was a lot of baseball. I mean, for me, I think I played 2 games Saturday, and then one game on Sunday. So, and then we were supposed to have one on Monday, so that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know,
4 games in 3 days.
yeah, that would have been cool, man. But just didn't work out that way. So, but
It never does when you got to rely on the cooperation of the weather here. So,
you know, yeah. I mean, I feel like the weather just doesn't like baseball. You know?
but even Sunday was a little windy. So depending on the orientation of the park, it might benefit or it might hurt you.
Yes, that's correct. It was a little windy that day, but you know, it was funny because I was playing at Mall on Sunday, and I love.
Do you recall the wind?
I don't. You know what? I really don't remember there being a lot of wind. I don't know why. I don't. I guess I'm maybe comparing it to Vegas because Vegas had a shitload of wind, right? Like the ball was literally, would move from, from fucking first base to second base really quick. I'm trying to remember if I remember a lot of wind, but I do remember that it was hot. I remember being on the first base side, going, "Damn! I remember a few weeks ago. I wish it was summer." Now I'm like pissed, like, dude, and I'm backing up into the shade, trying to as far as I can so the sun doesn't hit me.
Well, yeah, it got a little warm.
Yeah.
Definitely need the sunblock.
Yes.
Well, at least I do, right?
No, I did too.
I got a little red.
You know what's funny is that I usually keep sunblock in my bag, and I haven't had a need for it, so it's
a mental thing, right? Because 2 weeks ago you're freezing, and you wouldn't think, do I have to bust my sunblock out already? No,
you wouldn't think so, man.
But hey, this is Houston, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what's up, Dre? Look at Dre blowing up at hard Coastal Sunday. Yeah, he said it was blowing hard in Coastal. So
we played the Veterans. Well, it's called Veterans Park, but I don't really like that because there's another Veterans Park, I think, near Memorial. It's in Pearland.
Yeah.
You've been there before.
Yeah.
And every time we play there, the wind is just blowing in, right? Probably not a whole lot of home runs being hit there.
Plus the big field, right?
It's huge, yeah. But it's really tough blowing in like that.
Have they fixed I mean, the field was good. I never really had a huge issue, but I know it could have been a little bit better, right? It's not Northern Christian, obviously, but did they improve it, or still kind of like still got grass in the infield?
No, it's a little more maintained.
A little more maintained, okay.
But it definitely could use more maintenance. But it's not bad.
Yeah. It's a little out there. But it's.
I mean, there's weeds in the outfield, typical.
Yeah.
But it's not bad.
But it's a deep outfield for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard you guys had it in the park.
You got to be careful if you are chasing one down, right? And you go up into that fence because you will go through it.
Yeah,
because it's pretty dilapidated.
It's probably termite infested and shit.
I mean, there's a couple boards that are missing, right? The pickets. So yeah, but that would make a great play, right? You catch the ball and you just smash through the fence. Yeah.
No shit.
I recall a major league image of sorts. That had to have been in a movie, right?
I think so. I had. Maybe it was when the dog went through the fence on Sandlot. Oh, we got Choice. Hey, Choice, you still in Dubai or what? He's put some photos up in Dubai, and he's like, hey man, if you need me, it's really expensive for me to get a hold of you, so it better be important. He said, I'm charging you up. And then we got Carlos.
They play baseball in Dubai?
I guess, man. Maybe he's scouting over there and looking for the Ironbirds, But man, look, we got Carlos in here. So no special guest today, Choice, man. I didn't think we were gonna have a show today just because of the weather, man. I mean, I guess I should have read more into the weather. So, but
and you have a guy that you go to, right? Your weatherman, your meteorologist.
And he is famous here in Houston. And,
Mr. Linder, right?
Mr. Linder, exactly.
Yeah, I think he mentioned something about it's going to be a nice day, 10, 11 o'clock. The sun will be out. What's
funny is how I judge how bad the weather is his frequency of emails. Because I'm on his list for emails.
Okay.
And then, of course, through the work email or the work Twitter, we tweet his stuff. So if I see a bunch of emails, I'm like, oh, it's getting heavy. I never really read them. So probably should have read them.
Yeah. But I understand, right? You see them, you're like, oh, you automatically go to, default, hey, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, it's never like, hey, it's going to be sunny days.
Yeah.
It's never that email. Yeah. So, oh, look, we got Tim Jones.
Ooh.
We got Tim Jones. What's up, man? I
Well, they
guess.
had a close yard goat game from what I saw.
Uh,
The yard goats.
yes. You saying that because Tim Jones is on the Yard Goats, which is kind of weird.
Well, perhaps yes.
Which is weird to me. Yard Goats, Tim Jones. It's just weird.
Right, you don't expect to see that name when you scroll down to see who was pitching, but
No,
hey,
no.
there it is, right? There can't be too many.
No, I'll give it up to the Nationals. I mean, they kept a really close game. So I mean, it's I think 11-10 high scoring game,
Yeah.
and they got the W. So
Well, that just follows in line with, like I said, this whole weekend was close games.
yeah. I was really surprised on that one. So I guess let's just jump into it, man. Before we get into some other stuff, they were talking about Jimmy and his home runs.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Did you get the stats up? Because I didn't see anything.
So I guess while you try to find something over there, I'm gonna jump into what was been kind of hot right here in the comments here. But Jimmy had 2 home runs, and the legend that I heard, the story that I heard was that everybody was complaining about the sunset, or I guess the sun was reflecting off a building. That's what it looked like, or it was. I can't tell if it was the actual sun or was it reflecting off a building. But
This was
a memorial.
okay.
And it was like center, like you're staring at it. So it's got to be. Is it the reflection of that building out there, or is it the sun?
I don't. So how does that come into play with the home run?
So everybody was complaining up until that point how the sun was in their face and they couldn't see the ball. But
Jimmy had no problem.
Jimmy had no problem. The ball can't hide from Jimmy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, all right. If I'm on a team and somebody, I'm not doing anything, and my teammate's hitting 2 home runs, maybe I should be complaining, right?
And
I can't see the ball.
and it's funny because it's like he was able to see it, and then he hit another one when the sun went a little down. What's up, Cameron? Yeah. Jimmy said it was reflecting the building, and so and you know what's it when I think Pete sent me the videos, and he says he's gonna do a little bit better job of sending me. Because by the way, I'm not a hater of anybody that's not on my team that doesn't hit home runs. You guys already know what time it is. You gotta send me the video or give me the timestamp, and then I'll post it up. Just give me the name of the player, number of the player, and then where it is. Hey, it's at that 15-minute mark or something like that, and I'll put it up there. But I've been getting a lot of shit this week about not posting some people's home runs. I'm like, hey, dude,
Hey, that is important, and it has to be known, right? If you have the video, we said, right?
Yeah, we
Just
did.
give us the video, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
I want to say but you are not holding up your end of the bargain, sir.
Well, here's the thing. They don't send it to me. They're like, because they see other people's videos,
Gotcha.
and they want me to find it. I'm like, no, dude, I can't scan everybody's, videos for it, So
Yeah,
so
unfortunately, we are doing this for free. So
yeah. I wish I get paid to watch all the games. So but it doesn't work out like that way. So just again, I'm gonna say it again if I didn't say it before. If you didn't hear me before, if you got a home run, tell your coach to, DM me, or you want to send me. A lot of guys actually, right away. I mean, I'm gonna say Corey sending me right away. Chris's home runs. Jose is really good at it. I made a post this weekend this weekend about shouting out, the managers. I mean, you got some managers that run these home run. They shout out their teams, right? Like Jose will go through and like do like a whole like highlight recap of the Cyclones game, and he'll go and tag us and everything, and I'll share it, like it and stuff. But that takes time, man.
yeah.
So I was like, hey, man, you got to shout out your coach. If your coach has a page for you, you better shout them out because they got shit to do. But I mean, you got like, you got Hunter from the Ironbirds. I know the Colt 45s have one. I don't know who runs that one. I mean, it could be Jerry, but Colt 45s, Ironbirds have them. Hellcats have them. Almost every team, Marlins have them. Almost every team has a social media page, but shout out to the managers that or whoever keeps track of those and puts their players' posts up there. So just send me that stuff, and I'll try to do that.
Cool.
They said, Mondo, they want you to make the bacon and cook it too. Yeah, no shit, dude.
And eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Tim. Yeah. Zach hit me up today about that home run. He was like, "Hey, man, he goes, hey, I got hit home run." I said, "Just send it to me, bro, and I'll post it up." But by the time we got it, I'll post it later tonight. But yeah, Zach. Hey, I was watching Zach's home run, and when you see it tonight, you'll see it effortlessly. Like you look at that hit and it's like the way he's swinging, like it looked like a nice line drive maybe,
Yeah.
but it went out of spring spirit. So it's like, man, the dude's strong.
Well, that's not easy to do with that field.
It's not. I mean,
It's not easy to do. Period.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. But Jimmy I think had an oppo one. So, and which again, it's Jimmy. No surprise there. And it's funny because I had people DM me and go, "I'm not pitching to that guy no more."
Well, it's funny. You just now learning that, right?
Right.
Right.
They don't know the legend. What's up,
Or
Kyle?
maybe they think, is he in a slump? He might be in a slump. Let's
Maybe
try and
today.
pitch
Maybe
to
today's the
him,
day, right?
But you don't want to be the guy who gets him out of the slump, right?
You know what they thought? They go, okay, we got the sun working behind us, so we're
Yeah.
gonna get it. We're gonna get one by him.
Okay, yeah.
Nah,
Now they know. Don't pitch into the sun with him.
he could sense the ball. He doesn't have to see the ball. He could just sense the ball. That's how good he is. So what we got?
So Saturday, by the way, there was not a single game that went into double digits.
No?
No, score-wise.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, close games. But this is probably the only blowout, so to speak. Twins over the Shooters, 9-1. They finally get into the win column.
Who won the what? Shooters?
No, Twins over the Shooters.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So making a statement with their first win. The Colt 45s over the Cyclones, 8-6. A good game. Close game. Right?
It was. Hey, let me pause you right there. What's interesting about that is that I post. I'm trying to get better at it, but I'm gonna try to post like on Thursday. If things work right, I'll post on Thursday of who's gonna win. People can vote in who they think is gonna win. And then if it works out great, by Friday when the 24 hours is up, I'll post the results. Well, it just sets the fire under people's ass because I know the Colt 45 was like, what? Oh, the disrespect. Okay, and so they gave it to the Cyclones. So sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
That you vote for your own team, but maybe you want to give them false hope and then pull a fast one on them.
Yeah, he charged them up a little bit.
Yeah, gas them up.
Dre said they played all 9 innings with 10 minutes left to spare.
Really on
the Twins games,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So they must have chipped away at those 9 runs and just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So next game, somewhere, the Aviators knocked off the Armbirds 6-2. Yeah, we talked about this. They're a good team, right?
Yeah. Always leading by 1 run.
Yeah, we saw the end of that game.
Yeah.
And they did their thing.
Yeah, congratulations to the Aviators on that. I mean, it's, what we've always said on the show, right? Any given Saturday, any team can beat any team. You just can't sleep on it. Rarely can you say, oh, this is an easy win, or this is going to be an easy game, and it's really not. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen.
And the Armbirds, they use their aces, right? Conley's back.
That's why I thought. Yeah. I was like, hey, I recognize that dude, but I didn't know that was Conley. Okay.
And then Sean Gale, right?
Yeah. Sean's a
he
beast.
had our number in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so,
he did. He's a beast.
I mean, they were able to get some runs against those guys, which is not easy to do. But like we said, the Aviators, they got better, and it was only a matter of time. Another close game, Redbirds and Braves, right? They won by 2, right?
Yeah.
8-6. And we mentioned this earlier, but it's good to see Zach get on the board, right? With a home run. One of our first guests, right?
Yes, he was.
A couple of years ago.
And we
remember that.
We kind of beat the dead horse on that loss today. Oh man. But yeah, congratulations to Zach. And I know he's healing from like a knee injury or something. So I'm glad he's back in it, man. Good to see him again.
Yeah.
So
was that an injury in that game?
I don't remember. I think he might have got injured in a Cyclones game, a Sunday Cyclones game. I can't remember. Somebody had to chime in and say, I remember how Zach got hurt, but I want to say it was in a Cyclones game. Not 100% sure, but he could pitch, he can hit, and his swing looks effortlessly, man. I mean, it seems like it's all arms and shit.
Ronte says they were voted 92% to lose.
That's crazy, you see?
Yeah. And you talk about defying odds right there, huh? Should have put some money on that one.
Yeah, no shit.
Another 1-run game, Padres over the Rangers, 9-8. So the Padres snapped the Rangers' undefeated streak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of them went to Jimmy, right?
2 bombs.
Man, don't sleep on Jimmy.
And that wasn't the only home run. Looked like Todd got himself one, too.
Yeah, Telecom got one, too. Yep. Yes, he did. Oh. Todd's on fire again. I mean, he's going for that MVP award again. So, You know, I could see him. I could see him going for. Oh, Tim says that he was crossing the plate. I guess he might have stepped on it wrong or something, and maybe you slide on the plate with your cleats or something. So, um, yeah, that worked out good. That sucks. But
And
I'm
then
glad better.
the next one-run game was the Marlins and the Pirates.
Yeah, that was a good game.
It was 5-4.
And we had Bennett go yard on that one too.
Bennett did go deep, and it was deep.
Yes, it was,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a good shot.
Yeah, it was. It was. That field is not easy to hit out of. It's but he I mean, would you call it a no doubter?
I mean, right off the bat, I didn't want to call it a no doubter because I didn't want it to go over. So no, I'm thinking if I wish it into the outfielder's glove, it might happen.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I was.
I mean,
doing.
you had Dre, man. He went deep. I mean, he had a little bit too much air underneath it, but I
Yeah.
was still hoping it was just gonna just keep on going.
Yeah, caught at the warning track.
Kind of the warning
Yeah.
track, man. So I mean, he had some good shots. What's up, Adrian?
That was an almost, right? We're
Yeah.
king of the almost that day.
As Omar would say, the almost stats.
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, Cameron said it was good pitching, man. Yeah, I mean, Coulter was pitching a hell of a game. So was Raul. Raul was dealing too, and kind of got a little sloppy, and then it just, we brought it back, and then they just were able to hang on to the lead. And one thing that I talked to Cameron after the game, and I don't know if I told you, Cody, but like, when the time is running out, everybody knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
The other team is going to do something to procrastinate, right? Tie your shoelaces, take a long time to get out there. And respect to the Marlins, they didn't do any of that. It seemed like they wanted another inning. And another inning could have been a different game. Maybe they could have still held on and did it, or maybe it could have went around. But I respect them for wanting the other inning and wanting another, but it didn't happen. We ran out of time.
I thought Eddie took his time a little bit, so I'm going to say that.
Eddie?
I'm going to call him out.
No, you know. I think no. I think he was swinging though. He was swinging.
Oh, he was swinging. He was swinging. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah.
But he called a quick timeout, and you're thinking, okay, all right. But right, I mean, that's part of the game, right? That's a strategy.
I
right?
wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, and if anything, it's like giving us credit, right? Because we were coming back, right?
Yeah.
We had a good
The meat of the line.
like 3, 4, 5 coming up, right?
Man.
And we had already scored a couple runs, and it's like the momentum was going.
Yeah.
And I feel like that it would have been a better game. I mean, it was a good game, but it could have been even better with 9 innings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
sometimes I just feel like we ran out of time.
We did. I mean, it was. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going in there with 2.5 hours, and
I mean, Coulter came out, right?
yeah,
We started hitting him. He had to come out.
Yeah.
Not had to. He always throws 120, 130
Yeah.
pitches, and that's probably what he did.
yeah,
So, we had the reliever come in, and we just felt like we were in a good spot.
yeah. And of course, he's a teammate of mine on Sunday, so it's kind of.
So you can't say much. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
yeah, I gotta be careful. No, but it was good facing him,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It was good. Like, hey, I see him slicing up people, dicing them up and
Yeah.
stuff, and so I was like,
That's
oh.
not fun, right? It's fun to be there, but when it's strike 3, then that's not fun.
No, it's not fun. Like, luckily, I think he walked me, and I think he got me a pop out and a ground out, so he didn't strike me out. But still was a good competitor, and I was glad to have taken a walk from him because I was
Yeah.
able to hold back on some of his breaking balls. So
Yeah, because those they will make you look silly.
yeah,
Speaking from experience.
yeah. I mean, he had some good stuff that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last game, the Hellcats beat the Avengers 7-5.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's really no stats. on
Oh
this
yeah,
game.
they didn't put in stats up, huh?
No.
So we may not have any home run. They might have a home run and.
Well, they did play at Spring Spirit, so if there was, then we definitely should know about it.
Yeah. What's up, Rhino? Got an umpire in the house.
But yeah, the Avengers kind of, they lost 2 in a row, I guess.
Yeah, it's a little struggle.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team, so
Yeah,
1-3.
It's still early in the season, and it's gonna go. You start trying to get your stuff together. So it's anything can happen. I mean, it's longevity, right? So
So it looks like the Redbirds are still the only undefeated team.
Redbirds, yeah.
4-0.
Well, they're playing the Cyclones next week, so that should be a good game.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What time? Oh, I was saying what time they're playing, but hey, if somebody knows on there.
We got stats here. So they are playing prime time at Mall, 7:00.
Oh man, they got the primetime game. Okay,
Mm.
all right, sounds good, man.
Sounds a little set up. But why wouldn't you have that game at 7:00? So
I mean, we had that one too, right? We had the Marlins and the Pirates, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the prime.
Yeah.
We didn't get to play each other last year, so it kind of made up this year, so it worked out good.
let's go to Sunday League, shall we?
Yes, Sunday.
Are we done talking about Saturday?
For now.
For now.
We had to come back a little bit, touch on some stuff.
So you guys played the Coastal team, right?
We did.
Yeah. Because I didn't see any stats for that either.
Oh, and that might be, I don't know what it is. I was keeping the book at that game, and I don't know why.
So we're gonna blame it on you.
Oh, I did forward the stats to Stewart, but he might have been preoccupied writing a dissertation. So, but I don't know why I can't for some reason my stats don't load up. But we did put the score right, or no? No
the
score?
score's in there, yeah.
Yeah, what score?
Yeah. You guys lost.
Yeah, we did.
Oh. 13-7.
Yeah, 13-7. It was a lot closer game than that shows there.
Okay. Because here it says they almost doubled you up.
Yes. So it and I'll get into that, which was we had a couple home runs. One of the coaches from that team hit a home run. Our pitcher Deez Towler hit a home run. And I'm trying to think of wow, man, I gotta post those home runs. Shit, I just thought about that right now. I'm trying to think of, I don't know if anybody else went yard, but our pitchers were dealing, and then when we switched pitchers, we just couldn't find the location, man, and they were just hitting the ball, like just boom, 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 just hitting the ball, and then walks and hitting the ball, walks and hitting the ball, and then the runs just started manufacturing.
Just started piling up, huh?
Yeah.
So it's probably like an inning where the wheels fell off, one of those kind of things.
Yeah, it was an inning. It was just the guys were hitting well.
Yeah.
I mean, because our pitcher's good. He just maybe that wasn't the pitcher for that team, right? You know how it goes. That sometimes, I mean, some pitchers succeed better on other teams, stuff like that. So, George Drake, he's a really good pitcher. Just whether he didn't have his stuff that day or that team just had their stuff better that day, but they were just hitting him very well. And then he just couldn't find the zone on a few of them, and they were getting themselves out, right? They were just hitting base hits, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
And that mounts, right, in your mind, right? Because you're thinking, okay, I need to get out of this inning, and you
What's up, Pedro?
trying a little harder, and then all of a sudden, hit, walk, right?
Yeah. And then so I made the switch to the other pitcher, and yeah, it didn't work out well either. He couldn't find the zone either, so it just was not a good game pitching wise.
So Stewart was not there?
No.
Okay.
It was George Strait, watching
Oh.
George Strait there.
So we're gonna put the loss on you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's like, damn, this is like second loss when I leave,
Right.
and you get a loss. So,
Or maybe that's just your way of saying, stop asking me to do this.
right? Kind of like,
Gonna turn up an L every time.
hey, Cody, it's kind of like when I tell people, if you ask me to go, if I tell you I'm gonna go get food, and then you tell me, hey man, do you mind getting me some too? And you overcomplicate. Like if you don't just tell me, hey, give me number 3 with the Coke and large fries. If you don't tell me that, and you start to go, hey man, tell them to put 3 pickles, not 2, and put extra
Yeah.
onions, and you start to get complicated.
No mayo.
No mayo, right? If they ask me a question that you didn't give me an answer to, I'm gonna think about what would be your answer, and I'm gonna go the other way, so you never ask me to do it again.
Okay.
That's what I do. So maybe
So
secretly,
you're admitting it.
I don't think I would not sacrifice my team for that, but it would appear that way, but I didn't. I really wanted to win. Now I will say this, I did feel good because I think those guys had like 18 players. I had to tell them, I go, hey man, because they batted 9. I was like, hey dude, in this league you can bat more, if you want, and defense is interchangeable, right? I mean, you can go back, how you want, which was new to them, right? Because they're from coast,
Okay.
and because they had 18 guys out there. I mean, they had like a full squad.
So they batted more than 9?
They didn't. I think they might have switched out towards the end after the lead started getting a little bit better. But I really think that maybe some of those were pitchers. I don't know. I know they went through 3 pitchers. I got to actually face, which I was pretty proud of. I got to face the Rene. I forgot his last name, but he was the one that almost was 2 outs away from a no-hitter at the Coastal Classic with Mexico North.
Yeah, Rene.
Yeah, Rene.
Yeah, he pitches for the 45 now.
Are you serious?
Rene Ramirez.
I think that's his last name.
Yeah.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm going to tell some to Dre, man. Dre was supposed to pick him up. Anyway, so...
And they used him, I think he pitched during the Cyclones, right? Jose, maybe he can say that.
Oh, really? This weekend?
Yeah. I saw his name on there.
So I'm wondering because, I mean, why would he pitch twice? Maybe it's a different Rene.
Maybe, but I think it was just a couple innings. I don't think he started.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe Bo can say. He would probably know.
Yeah, I don't
go back here.
I don't remember if that was, well, anyways, Rene from the Coastal Classic, he pitched and I was able to get a base hit RBI off of him, so I felt good about that. But it was definitely hot that day. Yeah.
Rene Ramirez, 3 innings pitched.
Yeah, I don't remember, man. I'm about to text Jay right now, man. What's the deal, yo?
Yeah, because one of the guys told me that it was him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at D-bats.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's a good pitcher. His delivery's unconventional, so maybe it throws batters off, but
Well, look at Tim. He threw Saturday and Sunday, so... Are you hating on pitchers again? Hey, if you threw Saturday, you can't throw Sunday? You only threw 3 innings. What's wrong with you?
I was trying to think, could have been a different Renee, but I guess you're right.
Oh, wait, they're not athletes, right?
All I'm saying is you always hear them, I got to take 5 days rest. So, yeah, I guess so. So Tim, we know that. I mean, I guess
starting rotation, maybe.
I guess so. But, I mean, damn, I didn't think.
Yeah, but the relievers, they can pitch back-to-back days.
But do they, though?
Yes.
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't watch baseball.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I actually got a couple of pitchers sending me some DMs about their, what do you call that when you hit it back to the pitcher? Like, what's a
comebacker?
A comebacker, yeah. And then like, okay. I said, I gotta tell them I stand corrected. I guess pitchers are athletes. So it kind of caught on. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Tim Jones. I could see Tim Jones doing 2 days. It ain't nothing for him.
Nothing to it. So we talked about that game.
Yeah.
Yard Goats and Naturals, we kind of touched on that. So the Yard Goats won 11-10. Good game. A few home runs, too.
Yeah. We had a Yard Goat that went home run.
Yeah, Sean McIntyre.
Sweet.
I believe he helped us out on the Pirates.
He did.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool guy, nice guy.
Oh, yeah. And then 2 home runs for the Naturals.
Yeah.
Boy, if they could have got 1 more home run, right?
Right, I know.
Who knows what would happen? Chris McKay had one, and
he's on fire, man.
Yeah.
I think he's already done like 2 or 3 already. So.
Well, damn, he had 5 RBIs.
Oh man.
Oh,
that dude
okay, this is interesting. So Chris had a home run, and then Ethan Meister had a home run. Okay. Both of those guys totaled 9 RBIs in the whole game. Ethan had 4, Chris had 5. So, what is that? They had 90%. Just those 2 guys had 90% of the runs.
What the fuck is Eddie doing? Sleeping on the bench? Or he got that W from Saturday and that's it?
Well, he does have a triple in here.
Does he?
You might want to check those stats.
Oh man, we're gonna have to see if that was a legit trouble. No, good for him though. He's a quick runner. I mean, he made some shit happen that day too.
Yeah, so. We should have never let him score. We gave him 3 bases.
Yeah.
And we lost by 1 run. Sorry, I'm gonna harp back on that.
Yeah, no man. Oh man.
Love you, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, dude. Eddie will make some shit happen, man. He will make you hate on him, right? Like,
yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, like, how the fuck?
And you knew that, and you still kind of lollygagged that catch, huh?
I really didn't.
I know.
But can we talk about how he got on base?
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
We know.
Okay. Yeah, he's built different. That's what Eddie says. He's built different.
Must be the shoes.
It is, dude.
When
It
you put it as
is.
spray paint.
I don't understand. He must have done something to my shoes. Maybe that's why I wasn't performing so well that day. You know, he probably put some bad juju on my
He's got
cleats.
some lead in there.
Gets a little magnet he throws on the ground and slow me down.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Eddie B Customs. I got those dope ass cleats that people have been complimenting me on. Very pirate.
And then the Aces beat the Bobcats 9-2. 9-2. And
Bobcat beat the Aces?
No. Aces beat the Bobcats. Yes.
Okay.
9-2. No home runs there.
No home runs. Trash ass fools.
So I guess the Yard Goats are still undefeated.
No surprise there.
Yeah.
They're solid
It's
team.
close though. Close.
It really was. I mean, I talked a little bit to Corey at the end. And I'm like, man, not only was a high scoring game, right, which we found out, I guess, by the stats, two guys did
right?
that.
So I guess you tip your hat to Corey putting them in that lineup spot, right?
Right in the right spot. And of course, the guys have to get on, right, whether they got on by walks or base hits, But it's that's the key thing with those RBIs, right? You heard me say sometimes those RBIs are like glorified singles, right? I mean, when they're singles,
Sure.
right? I'm like, it's glorified because normally it would just be a single, but now because there's somebody on base, it looks like a badass thing. So, but still, like you said, 90% of the score. So shout out to those guys for coming through for their team.
How do you feel about the RBI when you get walked with bases loaded? Do you want that taken away from you too?
No, I'll wait till like at the end of the season when nobody remembers that's how I got the RBI.
Okay.
But it is, right? Like that's funny that it is an RBI and nobody remembers that, but it's a walk, right?
Yeah.
Is hit by pitch the same thing?
A RBI?
Bases loaded.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. See, nobody remembers that shit. So, what else we got?
So that's it for Sunday and Saturday HBA. We can move over to
365.
365.
Yeah.
Aztecas beat the Hitmen 9-3.
We had a home run. We had an infield, right, in the infield Parker.
So here's the thing about that. We did. That it actually happened. Rob Rowland hit an inside the park home run. But it didn't happen because the last inning was taken away from us.
So can you explain that to me? Because I kind of saw some of that controversy in the chat. What happened?
Okay. We were batting, right? The score was 9-2. That's not bad, right? I think it was not. Yeah, no, 9-3. It was 9-3. You and I know that an inning can fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can score 5 or 6 runs in one inning, right? We were still being aggressive on the bases. We got in a pickoff attempt. Well, it wasn't an attempt, but we got into a rundown in between third and home, right?
Yeah.
And I believe the umpire thought we were trying to steal home, but really what it was it was a good pickoff move from a guy with too big of a lead.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up scoring, right, because the misplay and the rundown. Well, I guess the umpire didn't like that. He calls time.
Why didn't he like it?
Well, he thought we were running up the score, from what I understand. Maybe X can chime in. I don't know if he's in here.
Yeah.
But either way, he calls time.
Mm-hmm.
And he asks X. X is the manager. And, I'm on base, so I'm not in the dugout. I can't hear what's going on. But the next thing I do hear is an F-bomb. A couple of them, right?
Okay.
F you, man. Don't cuss at me. Don't tell me to F me. So evidently the umpire was a little biased in his approach, and he felt like we were trying to run up the score, which... I don't feel like you should come in and question anybody's game plan, a team's game plan or strategy, right? You need to call the game as you see it.
Right.
But he didn't do that. So, and then I think he told X, he dropped an F-bomb on X, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's disrespectful. So, and X said it right back. And anyway, that happened. No one was ejected. We scored a couple more runs. That's when the inside the park happened. Then we get back on the field.
Yeah.
With 2 outs, he calls the game. So that last inning didn't get recorded.
With 2 outs, he calls the game?
Right, he just calls it. He's like, ball game.
Nobody said anything to him. Time up, nothing.
The time was, I think we had a couple minutes left. If not, it was already expired. But that was the home team. They were the home team, so they had a chance to bat, right?
Yeah.
But he called it with 2 outs. So if anything, you took away an at bat from that guy on deck. Like
Yeah.
you cheated him out of an
Yeah.
at bat just to
Yeah.
what? Try and get back at us.
Right.
So
Was that a guy that strikes out? Maybe he saved him out from a strikeout.
either way, right?
That's
and you pay for the chance, right?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know. Who knows? But I don't know if that was the Hitman's idea or not. You know, maybe they were for calling the game.
You know, here's
And I think it was because I think it was 15 to something. And since, we did score a lot of runs that last inning,
wow.
right? Call it a comfortable lead, sure. But, I guess they didn't want that high score posted on the stats. So it was taken away because it wasn't official because we didn't get that third out.
Very controversial.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen that, never heard of that.
So what's kind of interesting is that the umpire chimed in, right? He must be
I wish I knew who it was. I don't know the umpire's name.
I assume he was an old school umpire, right? Like old school baseball, right? Like, hey, you don't run.
Yes, he was older. If that's what you're asking.
Well, I mean, there's even young guys that are
Sure.
right that have that fundamental. I guess we'll call it fundamentalist baseball, right? That, hey, you're up by 10, you don't steal, right?
Right.
I still see it in some young guys, and then even obviously older guys. And you already know how I feel about that. I'm just gonna keep on running, right? And so, what was interesting was in Vegas, we were beating a team like that, and the ball got past the catcher, and we just moved to the next base. And the field umpire goes, "Hey, man, you shouldn't be stealing." And I'm like, I'm not. I said, the ball got past the guy. And I said, I know what you're saying. I said, but I've also heard, in the same fucking craziness of that world, is if you don't run on a pass ball, it's another disrespect to the team because you didn't go. So I'm like, fuck it. There's too many fucking rules here. Like too many unwritten rules here.
Right.
So, so he understood it, but I was surprised that he chimed in because it was in a way like, don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, hey, be careful. It was like, he's like almost like something, you know, whether he was going to call us out on something, I don't know what, but so that's why
like you offended him, right?
Yes,
and you had to hear about it.
Yes.
Right.
And I go, man, that's kind of odd. I've never had that happen. An umpire told me that. So,
especially when it's unprovoked, because that's the way it seems to me. Like, you know, that's not a personal attack.
No.
So why say something?
Yeah.
It's just at that point, it's an opinion.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think you can go talk to the coach and be like, "Hey, man, this is what's up." But
yeah,
you know, to me, at the end of the day, man, you know, I know there's probably all kinds of guys in, you know, in this chat, man, and here today that can go either way, saying, "Hey, 10 runs, you don't steal, you know, you don't bunt, you don't steal, you don't bunt."
But the thing is, there was no steals. It's not like we were stealing, and we couldn't steal because the bases were loaded.
But here's the thing. Here's what I'll say: is that when we're beating a team, and it's not my team right now, or I'm respecting it, I will hang out by the base just so there's no confusion that I'm trying to steal. So I can kind of get it. If he's far enough to get almost picked off, then you're making it seem like you're trying to steal, or you're trying to get a good lead to make sure you get in there, right? Like a pass ball.
Yeah.
So for me, I will hang out at the base. Like, dude, I have my arms crossed. I'm in no ready position for this. So I can also see that, you know, and that's just what I've done, and to avoid the controversy of, hey, you're trying to steal, especially if they seen you steal especially if they seen you steal before the game got out of hand, they're gonna assume that. Yeah. So, you know, maybe that's what, you know, what he felt like. So,
well, he definitely went above and beyond with the F-bombs, so.
That's what's interesting. Mr. Bugaloo says,
it's not Bob. Just... We got a name. It's Bob.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah. Do you know Bob?
I think I do. It might be if I remember, I think that might be the main umpire. I think he might be the main umpire for the umpires around here. It says it's not just off the plate if we don't talk about stealing bases while up 10 runs. Yeah, I mean, it's always a controversy, man. It's always a controversy. So, I mean, I get it. And, if I'm on somebody else's team, I definitely won't, I'll respect that, I mean, I don't got a team this year either, so I guess I have to respect it all the way through. So,
Yeah, but like I said, it didn't seem that
yeah,
it was walks and hits, right?
yeah.
So really all it was.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So Rhino says it's the scheduler, Bob. Yeah. Bob, yeah, but
Okay.
I know Bob. Yeah, Bob's a cool dude,
Yeah.
but I could see him being old school about it and kind of saying that like, hey man, chill out. So it's a tough thing, man. It's a tough thing.
Yeah, but it was more than chill out.
Yeah,
It was
right.
a FU.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know. It must have been a bad day.
It happens, man. It
Yeah.
happens. I mean, that's which are we good with? Let's go before we segue into.
All right. Well, let me. There's 3 more games. So
Okay.
the Gladiators won big against the Diablos, 19-0. Vaqueros over the Gamblers, 13-3. Not to be confused with the Houston Gamblers.
Correct.
And the Lumberjacks beat the Vipers 7-6. No home runs.
No home runs.
Yes.
Is there a lot of home runs on 365?
No, sir.
No, I mean, what's his name has it,
Still,
right?
there was. I think there's 2, and it was by one guy.
Right, in the parking one actually over, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And that was at Spring Spirit.
was it
Yeah.
it's a big field, man. It's
For sure.
it's a you can't once that ball gets by you, man, it's gonna keep on going. So it's not an easy thing to keep up with. And it skids, right? I mean, you've been out there, right? I mean,
Yeah.
has the ball got past you over there?
No.
Keep everything funny, right, Cody?
That's what you got to do, right? Only on the ground, damn it. Has
Oh,
something been hit over my head? Sure. But it doesn't turn into an inside the park. You know
yeah.
why? Because they don't charge for it when I should be running backwards, which is
It's-
exactly what happened, with this inside the park.
It's
And that's
the
really
approach.
that's what's going to happen. Because if a guy's running away from the ball and the ball's going the opposite direction, it takes a lot more time to turn around and go get the ball. That's when
Yeah.
you can make that break for home.
Oh yeah, I mean it's especially at that part. I mean that part just it's gonna go all the way through.
Yeah.
So,
You know, it's a bad route. I guess it's not necessarily an error. I mean, one would think like if a bad read probably should be an error. Maybe it is to some level, but
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Is a bad read an error? What do you think?
well, no. I mean, it's not right.
Well, when we bring our next guest, we'll ask her that question.
We will. We
Yeah.
should. Yeah.
Like, hey,
I mean, if everybody's staring at the guy, like, I don't know, if he's running to the left and the ball's to the right, that's not a bad read. That is a terrible read. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Do you
yeah.
not even see the ball? But that's another thing. If you don't see it, how can it be an error, right?
Well, I guess next time a ball gets hit the second, I'm gonna pretend like I'm a
Right?
blind man.
You say, "Oh,
I
the
didn't see
ball's
it.
over here. I thought it was over here." Right? Can you say that? Well, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then we won't give you an error.
Yeah, right. Hey, I wasn't even looking, man. I was actually I was on my phone. Oh man. All right, let me get into the Veteranos League here. So this is the way the season ended here for the Veteranos. That's Leo Herrera Saturday League, and a lot of us, after before we had Saturday's game, we had our game there. So, look, in the Northern Division, the Cardenales are ended in 10-2, Tigres 8-4, Mexico 8-4, Astros 5-7, and Sox 5-7. In the South Division, we got the Aztecas, which is what a lot of us are on, 9-3, Dodgers 9-3, Indio 7-5, Veracruz is 3-8, and Gigantes 0-12. Man, they didn't get one win, huh? So, and Juan, you still on Team Mexico, man? 8-4, huh? Third place. Must be a tough division, I guess. So this weekend's matchup, it's gonna be a double header. So it's gonna be a long day for a few of us on the Pirates. For the two Pedros and ourselves, man. We're gonna have the morning Pirates game
At 11.
at 11. Then we're gonna go to Mason Park 3, have a 3 p.m. game, and right after that, have a 6 p.m. game. 3 games in one day. That's something to talk about right there,
And
right?
that's Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Then you're gonna play on Sunday.
Yeah.
And maybe Monday.
Oh, dude, it's true. Damn. Hey, you know what? Now you just acted like not. I kind of want that to happen. I want to try to see personally if I can get that done.
Would that be the 28th? I think it will be.
26 is the oh yeah, you talking about the 20th being Monday?
So
26,
yes,
27. Yes,
you do
yes.
have a game,
Oh man.
and
So
it is at guess where?
Anderson?
Mason.
Oh, Mason. Oh,
So
black.
you're going back to Mason. I don't know if it's the same field, but
Oh no, it's different. No, they don't play on the good field.
okay, all right.
And Pedro said, "Yeah, man, we play and we play 9 innings.
Not, ooh,
That's the other thing. That's true. I forgot about that. We do play 9 innings in that league, and
should be good weather.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a long day, but
Yeah, it'll be a nice weekend.
and then Mason won the Cardinals versus Astros doubleheader. They play each other twice, and then Mason 2 Dodgers versus Indios. They play a Mason 2 twice, and then Melrose Canino Tigres versus Mexico, and they got the doubleheader there 2, 3, and 6. So we'll see how that lines up. Hopefully we win both our games. I don't know what how odds are for winning those games, but we got a solid team, the Azteca, so should be good. Should be good. That's it for the games, huh? What do you got on Hardball?
Well, 30 and up, they've already started. There's only been 2 games.
Who's played so far?
The Sultans and JS Texas have both won a game. The Panthers and Pelicans have lost a game.
Who's lost again?
Panthers and Pelicans.
And then Goodfellas haven't played yet, huh?
No, well, most of the teams haven't played yet. So, I mean, looking at these, so we got Diablos, the Thunder, Armadillos, and Goodfellas. They have not played yet.
Okay.
So, what, 8 teams?
Yeah. And that's
up from 5.
it is, and shout out to Los Carlos out there. That's been as we talked about a few episodes ago. He's the commissioner for 30 plus, and so he's been trying to get more teams and been hustling and bustling on that. So it shows. What's
Is that why
up,
he's cutting his
Alo?
roster?
Huh? Yeah.
Hey, I realize I have a big team. Let me break it into 2 teams.
That would be funny if he made 2 teams, right?
Yeah.
We always used to say when we run the Toros, right? Hey, by the way, me and Omar were talking about, hey, all of us should wear the Toros jersey since we don't have jerseys yet.
Oh, okay.
So think about that. Hey, Alo, can you give us a rundown, dude, about the Ramones game? Nobody would give me the score, but Alo had a grand slam, and they had the playoffs this weekend. Ramones beat Cuba. They beat Frias. Yes.
So he's beatable.
He's beatable.
Wow.
He's beatable.
I guess if you see him enough, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody sees him around here.
But some of these pictures, even if you see them, it doesn't
That's
fucking
true. That's true. That is true, but I don't know. I feel like that does kind of work in your favor, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're a good hitter, right? And I got to think that he's probably facing more good hitters than not, right? And then they're going to make some adjustments.
They're gonna make adjustments, and if you see them, if you're a good hitter, you can adjust.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
or his pitches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
sit on something
and it goes, man. Hey, Buckaloo said he's gonna pull up with his Toros jersey too. So
oh, nice.
Gotta get Kevin again in there. We're all gonna pull up with that Toros jersey.
Yeah. Maybe Dane has his.
I don't even. That thing. He probably hasn't washed it since the last time we used it. Oh man, that's fucking funny. Let me see. You know what? Let me see if I can remember our phone number here. Let me see. Just off the plate, right? It's 832.
We're gonna get some people.
Yeah. Well, I want to find out about the Cuba losing. I mean, not that I'm trying. Yeah. 1-800 baseball. I kind of am interested in how that game went. I was in. They were going live with it. And I wasn't able to watch the whole game, so we're gonna give him. Juan says, "Hey, don't let him call in. You'll never get him off." We'll give him a timer, okay? What? 3 minutes? 5 minutes? 4 minutes?
We'll go 4.
We'll go 4 minutes, okay?
Can we get a rundown in 4?
He's gonna have to give us a rundown in 4 because he hit a grand slam. We usually do 3 because he hit a grand slam.
You get a minute.
4 minutes.
Well, you get an additional minute
Additional minute
for every home run.
for every run,
Okay.
right? So we usually give people 3 minutes, don't we?
Yeah.
So he's gonna get 4 minutes. So
Right.
in addition, I'm sorry, that's what you did say. Additional
Right.
minute.
So
yeah.
4 minutes total.
4 minutes total.
So we're making the rules now.
We're going on the fly.
Well, I feel like a grand slam is special.
I think so too, man.
So 3 minutes, you get 1 minute for a home run. 2 extra minutes for a grand slam.
2 extra minutes puts you still at 3 then. Or you going
2 extra minutes for 5 total.
Oh, 5. Okay, we give 5.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, we'll go 5.
All right.
We'll give you
it's
5.
a new rule.
It's a new rule.
Write it down.
Okay, so everybody gets 3 minutes. Then you get home run. That's another minute, and then for grand slam it's 2 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see.
Inside the park, 3 minutes.
Dude, you know what's funny is it's not easy hitting in the park one, but
no, actually, those are probably harder to be honest with you.
They are, but I have a hard time, because I've hit I've had a few. People are always gonna argue about whether it's a real hit, real home run, in a park home run.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
No, park home run.
Hey,
Call from.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
yeah, what's up? Hey, just turn down the.
Okay, yeah.
Turn it down a little bit.
So we'll talk about Cuba game.
Yeah.
Couple.
Call from.
Are we on a repeat here?
No, I think it's on his end.
Oh.
It's on his end. He's.
Hey, Lo, you there?
Yeah, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, man. So what's up?
Cool, we got you. Go ahead, man. You are on.
Give us the rundown, man.
So pretty much, man, Cuba, they went up early in the game. It was like 5-1, 6-1. We made a couple, bonehead mental and physical errors.
Okay.
They took advantage. Then, it was like in the 4th inning, we scored a couple. It came along. They scored a couple more. In the 6th or 7th, they went up. I think it was by 3 or 4. So as we tried to crawl back, they kept pushing.
Yeah.
So it came.
And it's Frias pitching at this time?
No, man, no. So Frias started. He got hurt in the 3rd.
Oh, that makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Yeah, the guy from Cuba, dude that's working out in Florida, he came in and he got hurt.
Oh
So
shit.
So then we used that to our advantage, and they brought in some other people. I don't know who they were, and so here comes the bottom of the 8th, I believe it was bottom of the 7th, bottom of the 8th, and 2nd and 3rd, Chris from Alianza walks. He draws a 3-2 bases, 3-2 walk. So I come up. It was a messy game on our end.
Yeah.
As far as like fielding wise.
Gotcha.
And that's what led to a lot of their runs. So then I come up and bases loaded, 1 out against Carlos Russell. And I faced him before in college. We were teammates at Texas Southern. And the dude's a great pitcher, great person. I love the guy. And first pitch, I was like, you know what, anything in the zone, I'm going to try to barrel it up, And fortunately, the baseball guys were on my side. And I was able to, park the baseball. And that's what led us. So we were down 10-8, and that's what made us go up 12-10.
Dude, that's badass.
With that grand slam.
Yeah.
Second game.
Hey, but let me pause you there. It looked like he threw you a breaking ball. Is that right? I don't think it was a fastball, was it?
No, it was a hanging slider.
That's what I thought, bro. That's like he threw more breaking balls. Like that didn't look like a fastball. So, but man, you sat on it, man. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So he told me after the game that his fastball he wasn't locating his fastball. So he was like, you know what? Let me go with the first pitch slider, and fortunately for me, it hung.
Yeah.
It hung for me. But second game, same exact thing. a couple mental errors, physical errors. They went up 5-0. Shout out to Cuba. They were hitting the ball, of course. So they went up 5-0, and in the moment we were like, you know what? We've been down before, and let's just keep our head on the swivel and just take it inning by inning, out by out. And fortunately, man, we were able to come through, and shit, man, we ended up winning that game by 2.
Wow. And you guys,
Yeah,
did you guys
so
play? You guys played a little bit clean. I'm assuming you guys played a little bit cleaner defense in that game.
Yeah, we definitely cleaned up the defense for sure.
Got you, man. And so then you guys are playing. Who you guys playing next week? Oh, you guys playing? I forgot who it was.
Bombers, right? Is that what you
Oh,
said?
yeah,
We're
Bombers.
going up against the Bombers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the Bombers.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's also going to be another uphill battle. We lost to them early in the season, 1-0.
Oh, wow.
Tete pitched all 9, and you already know, if you know Tete, man, he's a fucking dog.
Yeah. Dude,
How did those 2 pitchers get hurt? Was it serious or just some arm pain or what?
Man, you know what? So the first guy, I don't know what exactly happened to him, but because I was looking away, I went somewhere and they said he was hurt, and I was like, oh shit, okay, you know what, that's our advantage. So then the lefty that came in the first game, he's probably like 2021. Dude is solid, good breaking stuff, fastball maybe high 80s, maybe topping out like 91.
Okay.
He also got hurt, so I'm not too sure what exactly happened with him, but hopefully they recover soon.
So no comebackers to the face or anything like that. Huh?
Yeah.
Repeat that.
So no comebackers to the face is what you're telling me.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Because sometimes that happens, right?
Yeah.
In a game.
Or like a comebacker to the ankle or something.
Yeah. That's good.
No, it was nothing like that. It was more of a like a arm issue.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, but man, other than that, man, it was it was a fun series. Both games we were down by a lot, but that's one thing about us, Los Ramones, man. We stick together even though we're down by 10, 20. We find ways to make it happen.
It's the New Jerseys, bro. It's the New Jerseys, man. I like them jerseys. Those jerseys are fire, dude. I ain't gonna lie. As soon as I seen them, I was like, dude, those are badass jerseys, dude. Oh man, dude.
And
but
you know what's so funny?
yeah.
When you say that, bro. So we got these jerseys. So we were supposed to have them early in the season.
Yeah.
But we got them about mid to late season, and I was like, man, you know what? I think these might be the game changer for us. And so far, man, it's been working. We snuck into playoffs. We played against a good team to make playoffs.
Yeah.
And we did our thing against them. And I told the guys, I was like, as long as we make playoffs, it's going to be a crazy, crazy ending. So far, it's leading up to that.
Well, congrats, man. That has to feel good to hit a grand slam to take the lead.
Grand slam in the playoffs, man. So congrats. Keep me posted, man. Like I said, we'll try to make it out to the championship game, man. Keep me posted when you guys find out about the championship, when and where, and see if we can make it out there.
No, yeah, for sure, man. I'll shoot you guys a DM, and I'll go ahead and tune in for the rest of the chat.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
Cool. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother.
All right, bye.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
You too. Bye. Yeah, that's crazy. But, man, that's cool, man. I mean, grand slam, man, the playoff game, man, to go up, to take your team up,
On the first pitch.
To take momentum, man.
Right.
Hey, dang, you said it, Cody. Should he take it back because he swung at the first pitch? No, right?
Well, I know you say this. If he popped it up
Oh, yeah. They'd be
to first base.
First base with bases loaded, they'd be dogging him.
Yeah.
They'd be dogging him.
Yep. But
he executed.
That's it. If you know how to swing and you know how to take it over the fence, I guess, hanging slider, go for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, he
But sometimes it looks good, right? You
Yeah.
say that, I'm going to take this pitch, but it just looks so good right there.
Yeah, I forgot. I was talking to somebody about I don't know if it was the Cyclones or it was the Pirates, but somebody was like, yeah, I gotta quit taking the first pitch because after that I'm just chasing bullshit. I said, yeah, exactly, motherfucker. Like, you gotta jump on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying have to swing for it. I'm saying if it's right there,
Yeah.
go for it, man. I mean, don't just leave it there. So,
Well, especially if you don't want to face a pitcher secondary stuff, right?
yeah,
Like you couldn't take Coulter for example, right?
yeah,
So I don't want to see anything but the fastball, right? So if I see it the first pitch, I'm hacking
yeah.
because I don't want to see anything else.
No, man, because
Yeah.
his stuff was moving, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of people up there that call in Jimmy. Let me hear about your 2 home runs. You're probably 2000th home run for your
Right.
career or some shit. Call in, bro. But it's if you make it happen, nobody's gonna say nothing, right?
Yeah.
You do that, and so it's when you pop up, you ground out, and you got in a situation. I mean, I've been up there, like, the guy's throwing a lot of balls, and we need to get some people on base, and I think in Vegas I took 3-0, and it was right there. It was right there.
Yeah.
I said nah, and the next one was a ball, so I got walked. So it plays statistically like it was supposed to, right? That why you do what you do. So you can't be mad at that.
Yeah, but you could argue, well, if you took that 3-0 pitch, like if there's guys on base, right,
Could have been runs.
and you needed some runs, and a walk doesn't do you any good, right? I mean, yeah, it helps you out with the next guy.
Yeah, and here's my thing, and I'm talking about the hitters out there. I always say, if you're a hitter, if you believe you're a hitter, and you let a fastball go down the middle, and there's people on base, like you committed an error in my eyes,
Okay.
and you're a hitter. If you're a hitter, you should be, boom, belt it over there. Going kind of to your point, but if you're like kind of shaky, like you've been popping up, you've been grounding out, like, hey. So like I'll take the walk.
Okay.
I just want to touch the base. Let the other guy feel the pressure, not me.
Good. Now I don't feel so bad for taking pitches.
And, sometimes it works. I honestly have been taking it to heart a little bit more now. And let me get this. Let's see.
Call from
Yo,
Uh-oh.
Here we go, sir. Just off the plate. What's up?
is this just off the plate?
Yes, sir. You are live.
You are live, man.
Oh shit! Come on, just off the plate, dog.
What's on your mind tonight?
Well, what's going on, big dog? How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good. Do we need to set the timer?
Yeah. Better set the timer,
Go
man.
ahead. 5 minutes. I get 5 minutes, right? I think it's 2 home runs, 1
Wait.
minute per home
Damn,
run.
he does, right?
Yeah, he's straight.
All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes it is. Hey, so
Yeah,
how many
I probably
how
don't
many
do that much.
RBIs in those 2 home runs?
4 RBIs, both home runs.
So that's like hitting the
Both
grand
2 home
slam.
runs.
So that's
Yeah.
like hitting the grand slam.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it together.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it was Pete that sent me your home runs. And, the first one was like the sun was not doing any camera any favor, so I actually was gonna put on there allegedly this is Jimmy, but when there was enough light to see you could tell it was Jimmy's. You're like, yeah, that's Jimmy right there. But
Dude, it was bad off that building, man.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
That's
Like,
what they
we
were
got it
saying.
at the right time. So anybody that has a game like at 7, the first few innings, it might be there. It's the first time I ever seen it like that, but it was bad.
You talk about those apartments out there?
no, it's on the left. It's like
Nah, you know that building at center field? It like has
Oh,
all
yeah.
the windows.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you after the
it
thing.
was the sun was just reflecting off of that, and it was like in my face. I even stepped back and I told the umpire, I was like, "Hey, dude, like, what's up? Can't you see that? Like, bad. Like, if you would have threw at my head, I wouldn't have been able to get out the way."
Yeah.
But honestly, that home run was lucky, man. I seen a shadow coming my way. It was somewhere where I think I could have hit, and I just swung the bat. And
It's because you got
lucky.
that Jedi fool. Like you could just close your eyes and you sense where the ball is. You know what I mean?
Let me hit the shadow over the fence.
He felt the difference in the pressure around him, and he goes, the ball is right there, and he just swung and boom, there it went. So, so I wasn't surprised that he went. So you said he says he had seven runs of the season so far, huh?
7 what?
7 home runs this season.
Shit, I wish.
Well, no, you had 7
I
up
only
there.
got 3. I got 3.
Oh, because you kept putting 7 up there. So I thought, oh, man, this motherfucker has 7 home runs. Shit.
He was
No.
calling
When you
out your
said,
number.
You said earlier. I think
you said there was no late games. I said the 7 o'clock game was the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't want to talk about the 7 o'clock game.
And the time change has something to do with that too.
Oh, yeah.
Because at 7 before it was never a problem.
Yeah.
No, it was dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, I told you about them them DMs I was getting, and I kept I kept the people anonymous because Jim's like, hey, who said that? I said, don't worry about who said that. Just know that your reputation's out there, bro. Because they were like, damn, dude, we're not going to pitch to Jimmy next time we go up there. I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't, man. You probably shouldn't.
Hey, that's why I left the other league, the Obeta League. Cause
Yeah.
back in the days, I used to play with a friend of mine, and they played in the AA. I mean, they ain't not too much competition or nothing like that, but they would always walk me. I would wait every Sunday, and then I'd be like, oh, shit, they walk me 3 times intentionally, and I'd be able to swing the bat 1 time.
Yeah, that
I
sucks.
left that, went to AAA, and then HHL, now NABL, because they don't do that. They don't walk me because there's a lot of good pitchers there. So
They want to challenge you, man. They want to challenge you, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that's what I want, too.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but you got a home run off of both guys, right? It wasn't just 2 off the same dude, right?
No, it was both. Yeah, both guys.
Yeah. So it's probably like the second guy's like, well, you may homer off of him, but you're not going to homer off of me, so I'm going to challenge you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then boom. Oh, okay.
And here's the thing, man. I mean, I would say, Jimmy, there's a few hitters out there, but there's a few hitters that if you put it in the zone, there's a high chance it's gonna go over, and that's the kind of the advantage that you kind of have. I mean, that if you see it, you recognize it, you're gonna hit it over. You got the power just to fucking take it over. And the thing is that's what's awesome is that they're gonna challenge you. The only time I would call for a walk on you, dude, is if the game was on the line. Like, you got fucking, you were tied up and Jimmy comes up like, hey, bro, I gotta give the Barry Bonds. Like, I'm gonna fucking walk you because the game's on the line. But if it's just a fucking regular fucking, we're still bowing it out, it's still early, I'm gonna let you get your fucking hits, man. Let if you hit a home run, you hit a home run. That's it. We just gotta do better next time. But
yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I tell this to everybody, like, just because there's a guy that can hit the ball hard or hit a bomb, stuff like that, doesn't mean he's gonna do it every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why
it
hitters
increases
only hit,
the chances.
300. Well, yeah. Well, this guy, the second guy, he wasn't really throwing any curveballs or changeups or something like that. He was just throwing a lot of fastballs. So that's where, like, in my mind, I think that's where he messed up because I kind of knew what he was coming with.
Yeah.
So all I needed was for him to put it somewhere where I like it. You know what I mean? Fortunately, he did.
Yeah, I mean that.
And it was to put us up too. So it put us up 9-8.
Oh yeah, that was huge then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good team. I mean, it looked like they only had 9 guys there.
Who did they play?
The Rangers.
Oh, wow.
They think they had like 9, maybe 10.
Yeah.
I think I seen one in the dugout. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But Todd was like, after he hit his home run, like I hit mine, and then he hit one, and then he said, oh, anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, no.
In my mind, I was like, oh, damn, okay, well, I guess I have to hit another one, you know what I mean?
You had a one-up him, huh?
And it just so happened.
Did he get those cleats out of his mouth? I talk about putting your foot in your mouth,
he
right?
He didn't really say anything. He didn't say nothing after that, though, And I didn't say nothing when he said that, only because, it wasn't that with me and my pitcher, it wasn't vibing at that time, you know what I mean? I'll just leave that at that, but, so I didn't respond right away, but I did respond later on in the inning.
Yeah, I mean, it's rising to the challenge, right? It's like, you came through, you picked up your team, you took them up. Give him the go ahead runs, and it changes momentum. I mean, base hits, stolen base, whatever you capitalize on errors. I mean, it's changing the momentum to your team, and so whatever you can do that, man.
So I guess that was late in the game to take it up to 9.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. We were losing 8-2 in like the 3rd, 4th inning, something like that, and we like scratched all the way back and. it was 8-7, and that's like where I think the second to the last inning, because I think we only played like 5 innings because it was long game, like long innings. But yeah, we were scratching back. You know, that's what we try to do. You know, it ain't. I tell the guys, it ain't over until it's over. You know, until the last out.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what the Padres do.
That's what the Padres do when they got Jimmy on there, man. So it's cool. We were in Vegas.
That's a good thing, though. It's good. It's good to be known that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're like, then you have to be in it. You can't just be like, oh, well, we can't. We got it. We can't just give up on it. Just like the way you guys did to me. You know, when we played you guys, Marauders and the Thunder.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were up by like 8.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, so you gave up on us. All right, cool.
Hey, no.
Well, see, it's not that. Hey, I didn't give up, but I was thinking, man, I'm just gonna throw it so they can get themselves out.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I mean?
100
But y'all just kept fucking hitting me.
I
Bro.
know, dude, and that's a good strategy. Normally, you're gonna get yourself out. You're gonna find a glove, but we were finding holes, and sometimes we're finding errors when we were hitting the people. So it worked out good. But I just want to tell you that I was out there in Vegas going #winning without Jimmy. So just know that was trending out there in Vegas. Yeah, it was trending out there.
And you said Carlos too.
Yeah, I did. #winning without Carlos.
We were talking about that at the game. You know, the first game we had. We said, "Oh, you seen that? What they did? What they did? They did without Carlos."
#winning without Carlos, bro. Nah, and that's all love with Carlos, bro. It's you know, I wish you could have made it. I wish both of you guys could have made it out there. We had a good time, man. So, yeah,
I wish I could have been there, man.
Yeah, it was a good time. We'll get the next one. We'll be on the next one.
Yeah.
All right, homie.
Cool,
well,
man. I appreciate y'all having me here. I know my 5 minutes is gone, and I seen you checking your time right now.
right. Look at my watch. I hate what time is it. What time is it?
Oh, it dinged. Yeah, it just dinged.
Hey,
so we're good.
Hold on. When do we play you guys? You know?
It's the first weekend of April. So not this weekend, but the next one, I think.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be a good game. You
Yeah.
guys got some heavy hitters.
What is
too,
that? The
man.
second?
It's gonna
Yeah.
be a really good game.
Second or third, one of those.
Yeah. So.
Well, I can't wait.
All right, cool, man. We'll talk to you later then.
Looking forward to it. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You too. I'm gonna stay on. Hear you guys talk.
Okay, sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
Later. So let's get the elephant. Talk about the elephant in the room, right? So as long obviously you guys know that we had some I don't know, some, what would you call it, bad sportsmanship this weekend, or
To say the least, yeah.
to say the least, right? There was, everybody, knows there's controversy with the play at first against the Redbirds and the Braves. And, we had somebody, we had a player intentionally step on the first baseman's, ankle or Achilles heel, right? I guess is what that is right there.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of thank God for video, because when you see those plays, I've been on the team that's done that, and the team that's on the other side of that, right? And when it's happening, you just don't like, hey, what happened? Like was that an accident? Like you don't know, because it happens so fast,
Right.
you can't tell. But now everything's videoed, and you could always go back and kind of look at it and go, was that legit or not?
It makes me think this person didn't realize there was video,
right?
right?
And people thought they were a good enough actor to get away with it, and it was definitely intentional. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, I don't think there's no doubt in anybody's mind. But
No.
when it happens at the game, you have doubts, right? You have doubts. You're like, hey, I don't know, man. You don't want to think that the guy did it intentional. You believe it's intentional.
Yeah,
So
especially when you can't see it,
Yeah.
right? And then you get swayed one way or another
Yeah.
because there's varying opinions, right?
Yeah.
But video doesn't really lie.
video doesn't lie, man. Video doesn't lie. So and it's one of those things where, man, we've talked about it before. When you're talking about getting hit by the pitch or stuff like that, right? I've been hit by the pitch plenty of fucking times. So it's fucked up. We all got a job, and the thing you have to remember is you don't know what people do. Like, you don't know if they have to be on their feet all day,
Yeah.
and you can be costing somebody's livelihood off of something that we're doing for fun. You could almost say it's a kids game, right? I mean, that's what it is. We fall in love with it when we're kids, and we're still adults
Yeah,
playing it.
it's a game, and you can't let it get to you to where you think you need to inflict pain and hurt onto someone else when it's your fault. Like if you're upset at a ground out, absolutely no way you should be taking it out on anybody else.
Right.
You want to get mad and break your bat,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
If you're that pissed off about it, no way should you go and, like you said, mess up and ruin someone else's livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah, or inflict pain, or it's malicious, is what it is.
Very
I mean, we
malicious.
could say that.
It was very malicious. I mean, it was, no video. You can argue all day long, but you'd have both sides. Hey, no, it wasn't intentional. The guy can say I did it intentional, and you would never know. You would never know.
Yeah.
But once you watch the video, I mean, it was definitely intentional, and it's just not the type of player atmosphere that we need in any league. Doesn't even matter, HBA, whatever. I mean, it's just any league. You don't need it in the Mexican League. You don't need it in the Coastal League. You don't need it in any tournaments or anything.
No, it's not welcomed anywhere in the game.
Yeah. It's just dirty. It's very, very dirty. Very chicken shit, right? Very chicken shit. And of course, it blew up.
Coward, anything. You can say all this stuff about it.
Yeah. I think on the Best Baseball page, I think it blew up to like 200 comments. I mean, everybody was just like, pissed to the point where I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know if this dude's ever gonna. I don't know if this dude's ever gonna walk on a baseball field,
right?
Because
especially around here.
I mean, he better move to another city or state or something, because it's just not a cool vibe, man. It's just not the way it should be, man. And it could have been. Adrian. I know Adrian was on here earlier. I don't know if anybody. What I never saw in any of the threads or anything. If anybody can fill us in, is how bad, did they was the player. The player that got his
the injury.
The injury. How bad was the injury? I don't know how bad it was. I don't want to see Dre's fucking ankle from when he got injured, confusing the situation and shit. But it definitely wasn't cool. And if you didn't see the stewards I call it a dissertation.
Right.
That's what I called it. His post. I think it was well put. He touched on a lot of good points. He talked about, hey, it's not a reflection of the Redbirds. It was his decision to kick him off the team, not the league's. Definitely is not a reflection of how he plays or his players. So I'm glad he took the action, because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a little worried about his team. Like, dude, the way everybody was coming at that guy, like I'm thinking his team might get the we call it the blowout of it. You know what I mean? Like, the bullets may not just land on that guy; it might be landing on other people too. So
it could affect everybody in that team.
So and there's a lot. Of course, we know a lot of those guys over there. So they're great players, and it just this was just bad sportsmanship. And I'll say this is that one of the things that kind of touched on that Stewart said is, hey, who hasn't made a mistake, done something stupid out of being mad, right? And it's a 100% very good point. 100% very good point, right? We've done some stuff, maybe not gone as far as what this guy's done, but we've all done something like, hey, we're not proud of it in an emotional moment. I was there until I think Reggie chimed in and brought up another story about the same player doing something very stupid in another game, in another league.
Yeah.
So for me right there, that kind of like, okay, well, fuck it. This dude's a habitual line crosser, so to speak. And he doesn't, I don't think he deserves, any forgiveness over that, man. I'll be, because he's going to keep doing it. You know what I mean? And so, I think what was Buckley saying, his response to would have been like,
he wants to see some league action instead of a team action.
No, well, the guy's not going to play.
Right.
The guy definitely.
If anything, it makes it easier on Adam to where, hey, well, he's not even going to be in this league. So, but I would imagine, had that not happened, there probably would have been some repercussions. I would imagine. At least there should be.
I think there would have been. I mean, because with the video evidence, it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think that I think that Adam did the right thing by saying, "Hey, you're a manager. You know, I'm watching you, right? He's watching the his integrity, right? As a Redbirds manager. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and by leaving the decision to Stewart, it shows that, because otherwise, if Adam steps in too prematurely, then it's like, oh well, you could argue, hey, Stewart wasn't gonna do that, which I know Stewart's not that type of guy.
Yeah.
So it leaves it open so that Stewart can clean it up. And like I said, it was well written statement by Stewart and the Redbirds organization.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
So Adrian says that it was no serious injury, just soreness.
That's good.
Most. Yeah.
That's good.
But the thing is, it could have been a lot worse, right?
A lot worse.
I mean, when you're running almost full speed with a metal spike on your shoe, what do you think's going to happen if you step on somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, it almost looked like it broke his ankle when you watch it in real time on video.
Especially when you see his reaction.
Yeah.
Especially when you see his reaction. So,
yeah, just like going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that's why that fucking photo the photo that Dre puts out, I think it is fucking real. I'm like, oh shit, that looks like that probably would have happened to his ankle. Some people have some weak ankles, so you never know if easily some of these ankles break. So
yeah, and the problem is it's a cheap shot, right?
Yeah.
He's not expecting it, right? And that's unmanly, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And I don't know the situation. I don't know if there was any drama leading up to that. But if there is, and you're trying to get back at someone, you got to do it like a man.
Yeah.
Don't sucker punch somebody. Take it to the parking lot. Have a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it while you're hiding behind the game.
Right.
I'm not down with that. You love this game. I love this game.
Yeah.
If it's a problem, parking lot.
Yeah.
Don't involve the game with it, especially when he's not expecting it.
Yeah. And I've seen people kind of do that. I mean, one of the first ones, or that was pretty famous recently was the Manny Machado, right? Manny Machado got caught on there. Thinking, how are you gonna get away with it? You got like thousands of cameras in a professional baseball field, and this is what I feel. This is kind of gonna leave me on my little soapbox of like why we should not copy what we see in MLB. It's a whole different ball game. And on so many levels. I mean, one, you got thousands of cameras, right? So if you felt like you got shafted at a strike zone, there's gonna be video evidence and a fucking computer that will back you up, right? To tell you that you're wrong and right. And I'm not saying you should argue whether you're wrong or right, but you at least you'll give people, hey man, he was right. He was right. That was a ball. Umpire got it wrong. You're in a baseball field right here. Nobody's. If that's your 20th time striking out, I'm not going to fucking believe you that the fucking umpire hosed you. I'm like, shut the fuck up, take your strikeout and go take your walk of shame, right? So, and so it all kind of mixes into me of like respecting the game and understanding that even I feel like sometimes, some people have to, be careful even when they're pitching, when they throw at somebody intentionally, like, all right, man. If you catch me in the arm or in the thigh or something meaty, and you throw me a changeup. All right, hey, you went through the motions. I hit you, get your base, and we all played the game, right? But you throw me a fastball, right? And like you had one that hit you where did it hit you in your elbow?
Elbow, yeah.
Elbow. Omar had one in the elbow because they thought we were stealing signs on a scrimmage game. My cousin took one for Bertulli in the elbow, and you can hurt somebody pretty bad like that, So, stepping on somebody on purpose the lines are blurred.
Well, yeah, but that's clearly over the line, right?
Sure.
Yeah. One can get away from a pitcher, right? You have time to move. You can see the ball coming. You're catching a ball from the infielder. You don't know what's coming, right? I mean, how many times have you ran the first? How many times have any of us ran the first? You got your head down. You're looking at the bag. There's no way.
No reason to step on the inside. You always want to step on the outside. Yeah.
So it's unjustified. You can't hide it.
No, you can't hide it, man. No. And it was just, real terrible, it could have been worse, and luckily it didn't turn out worse. You know, I mean, you even got the people, have the old school way of breaking up a double play, right? They slide into the middle infielder, right? Sometimes it's on accident. You're sliding in, you're trying to go in and do it. And then you got the Chase Utley where you like fucking go out of your fucking way to fucking take out the guy, right? So there's a right way and a wrong way to do shit, and shit. Me and fucking Sergio collided at the plate in a scrimmage game, going at the plate, and the ball took him one way, and I was trying to go the other way, and we collided.
And you met,
and we met up.
Yeah.
Yes, we met up. So
those things happen, right?
100%,
but not what transpired on Saturday.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
And it's important, man, that we all, play clean. You know what I mean? Play clean. Do what you're supposed to do. Play this clean game. The other thing that that kind of runs around this thing is treating the umpires with respect, right? You got to and I'm not getting really specific about anything that happened this weekend or anything, but just respect for the umpires, because some of these umpires are going to start to refuse to come to these games because people are arguing with them, right? And so the prices are going to start to go up, right? Because when you got a guy and you got an umpire that can go to a little league game and do 4 games in a little complex and make the same amount of money and not take the shit talking that he takes at one of these games, the guy's gonna do it all day long. So then what are we left with? Nothing, right? So you're left with people that the ones that are out there are the ones with tough skin. It takes some tough skin. I mean, some of these guys say some personal shit, and again, it goes back again to my thinking that people are mimicking MLB. They see these major leaguers argue with these umpires and think, hey, man, I'm gonna do the same thing when I'm over here.
I'd like to think that we're grown men, most of us, and we shouldn't be impressionable by what major leaguers do, right? That sounds like something little league. So we should hope that, right?
Yeah.
Like we know what's wrong and what's right. So
hey, my dad used to always says, why do you only copy the best stuff? Why don't you copy the good stuff?
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean? So it's like we could point, they argue, they do this. Yeah, sure. What about the good stuff? What about the fucking, they're hitting 400, they're hitting 400-foot bombs. Are you doing the same thing? No, right? So it's
it's about respect.
It's
right?
Respect.
Respect the player, the game, umps,
everybody,
whatever it may be.
Yeah, everybody, because it's as we can see tonight, shit gets out of hand and people could get hurt. Luckily, it didn't, and it easily could have happened. It could have erupted into a fight, right? The bench is cleared, and then where was that at? Was that mall? Wait, I don't remember. No, that was Spring Spirit.
Yeah.
I mean, you put a fight in Spring Spirit, we're never going to play.
We will never be back.
We'll never be back there again, man.
Yeah.
All because one guy.
Yeah.
One guy did something stupid. So
and everybody's got to be responsible for their actions, right?
Yeah.
So you do something out of line, you admit it, you know it, you got to be prepared to accept the consequences.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be, right? He could have hurt him bad. He could have wound up in the hospital, the emergency room, right? Now you're not only you taking money out of his pocket, but you're costing him money to get this stuff fixed. I mean, we all know I got injured, and it's not cheap, right?
No.
So that's a dangerous game to play, and it shouldn't be played anywhere in baseball, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I love how the Houston baseball community came together, realized it, and had this guy's back and put a lot of pressure on it, on this topic, and everything came out good. The right decision was made, in my opinion.
It was.
Yeah.
It was definitely made. It was like I said, it was well written. He must have an MBA from UT. I would have to guess if I saw that.
Money well spent.
Money well spent, I would say, based on his dissertation there. But you see right there, Rhino says, it's true. Really good umpires that decide not to do men's league games because they get frustrated because the players are chirping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the truth, man. It's the truth. Respect. I mean, when I saw an important game that Rhino was doing by himself, I was not surprised that only Rhino showed up. Rhino has thick skin and he doesn't put up with a lot of shit. We know Big Bobby will toss you out real quick. Get in the box 12. We say 1-2.
1-9.
1-9. Get in the box.
Here we go 1-9. Here we go 1-9.
So, you know what I mean? And you know, Bob. You know, Bob's a good guy, man. I mean, you know, Bob. I know. You know, I played with Bob. We played with all these guys. We played with all these guys, man. I mean, they're just like players, man. And so it's you got to respect everybody, man, or otherwise, you know, we could lose a field. I mean, to lose spring spirit, I mean, that, oh man,
that'd be devastating.
Man,
yeah,
I would be so pissed if we lost spring spirit, because it's a beautiful field. You know, when it's raining, that's where we go to go play, you know, and
variety is good, right? Yeah. So we're not all stuck in one field, right? It's like, okay, we get to travel around. We'll go to this one. We're here, right? And
yeah.
You got to play these fields to your strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it
makes the game more interesting and fun.
It does because you know it's in different spots. It's better fields, this field, that field. I mean, you're playing the game different, right? Each time you go through, you kind of go. I mean, it almost takes like the home field advantage to a different level, right? Even though none of these are home fields per se, but you know how to play the ball here, and you know, hey man, you better let the ball get past your spring spirit because it's gonna go to the fans. So, but yeah, man, I mean that's it was interesting that, like you said, all of Houston, you got behind this, you know?
Yeah.
Ball players got behind this, and it was good, man. It was good, and it's just the way it should be.
Yeah, and I think it sets an example that, hey, you do shit like that, you're not going to get away with it.
No.
Right? And not only that, you may not be able to find a team.
Yeah, they're not going to want any of that.
Yeah.
They're not going to want any of that. So, you know, it's a thing that you definitely want to not catch that reputation. You know, you want to have that you don't want to have the reputation that you're shit talker or you're a dirty player, man. Because you bring that dirty player to your team, your team might catch some of that heat too.
Yeah, you'll get a reputation, and you know, I'm not saying that he should never play ball again, right? But well, some people would say that, and it depends on who you are, right? But there are guys that you're gonna get a bad rap. And you're not going to be able to play much if that's how you're going to behave.
Yeah, you know, and again, like part of, I agree, we all messed up and we should be forgiven. But just those two stories that guy has already on him, and who knows how many more.
Yeah.
Right now, if this guy did a 180, right, and just said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna, hey, you know what? You're right, guys. You know, fucking, that's it. You know," and he can definitely switches it up. You know, day and night, I think, he deserves another shot. But right now, it's still too fresh. The wound's too fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you'll never know, you know, what somebody else could do to him.
And the degree of damage, you know, as we see, is not that bad, right? Had it been worse, then we're probably not even having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, it was definitely
But you can't take the fact away that it could have been, right? And malicious intent, and you're not going to get anywhere far doing that, especially when all eyes are on you.
Especially when
and
the video.
And the community is big as it is now.
Yeah, I mean, you got guys they're either on, you know, they're this platform or they're on the baseball Houston page. You know, it's like if you want to know what's going on in baseball, they're gonna recognize you, especially with all the intermingling of baseball. Like, hey, wait, didn't I play with you over there? Ain't you the guy that did this? I mean, it's the reputation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's so and so. He did this, that, right? Yeah, it's gonna spread.
It's gonna spread whether it's good or bad. Like, you got Jimmy. Don't throw Jimmy a fastball. You know, don't. He's gonna trick you. He's gonna play to your ego. Throw me a fastball. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Too many pitchers have fallen for that, and has not ended well for them. So, either you get a good reputation or bad. You know, just you know, be safe out there, man. Don't do nothing stupid. You know.
You know, apologies. They only go so far, right? Talk is cheap. So, you know, there's certain things that maybe you have to do at this point to try and get back into the game.
Yeah.
Or to really say that I'm sorry, right? Like I said, apologies, they only go so far.
Yeah. We got Chris in the house and we got Joe. Joe's in the house, man. You know,
luckily we didn't see Joel on a Saturday.
You know,
I know he's probably back. I think he's back in Mexico. Huh?
He's back in Mexico. Yeah. So thank the baseball gods for our average. You know, some of the averages going back up. Because Joe's in Mexico.
I do and don't want to see him.
I know.
Right?
I you know. Okay, so when I got to face,
I don't want the strikeouts recorded, but I do want to see.
Hey, like remember that rainout game when I had my strikeout and it didn't count?
Yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah.
it never counted. But it's one of those things where like as a ball player, you want to get challenged, right? And so you don't want to you really don't want to face Joe Lyle, right? Or those type, or the Tim Jones, or you know, man, shoot, I don't want to leave nobody out. There's a bunch of pitchers, man. You guys know who you are. Sorry if I forget you guys' names, but it's kind of slipped my mind. But there's a bunch of these pitchers that, like, man, they're gonna make your average go down, you know. But at the same time, you want to face them because you want to face some good stuff.
Mhm.
You don't want to just face, some guy just laying it up there. You want to, the guy that like, hey man, again, because like me going against that guy Renee, I actually almost kind of let it get in my head. I'll be honest. I almost like, oh man, this guy almost threw a no hitter, man. Like, oh shit, the Coast Classic, And then I got my base hit, and I just stayed within my zone or stayed within what I knew, and it paid off, So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna I'm gonna feel good about it, right? I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, man, I got me that base hit,
91, 93 yesterday, he said.
91, 93.
Yeah. They were sitting at 91, 93 miles per hour. Yeah.
Wow. Damn. Shit, man. 91, 93, man.
You have to see a lot of that to to get on time, right?
Oh yeah, dude. I can't remember. Was Joe lefty? Or was it righty? Or was it lefty?
I don't recall.
I think he's a righty. But I mean, if he has a breaking ball in there, at throwing 93 fastballs and breaking ball 80, yeah. I mean, it's just like, yeah, you're gonna be.
You're done.
You're done, man. Yeah, Jimmy says he loves facing Joe and Tim. Yeah, man. I mean, those are the guys that are gonna challenge you. So I can't deny it. If you have a successful at bat, man, I'm glad I faced him. That dude clowning in front of everybody, like, you motherfucker, like you did me wrong, man. Why'd you do that to me? So it sucks, man. It sucks, dude. But man, I don't know. I think that's it, man. Right, Cody? Anything else we need to throw out there?
I think we drove the proverbial nail home with the that topic, I guess. I think we're good.
Okay. Well, I appreciate everybody jumping on tonight, man. I think it was a good show. We talked about a lot of stuff, and everybody who called in, and let's pray for some good baseball weather this weekend, through the week, I guess, too.
I think it will be.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thanks for staying up late. Peace.
Yeah.
Good night.